abandon, abase, degrade, lower, abate, subside, dwindle, reduce, abatement, abbreviate, shorten, condense, curtail, abdicate, cede, abduct, kidnap, snatch, capture, seize, aberrant, aberration, deviation, divergence, abnormal, queer, anomaly, abdomen, abet, assist, abhor, abide by, ability, abjure, able, abnormal, abolish, abominate, abortion, abortive, about, above, abridge, abroad, abrogate, absence, abscond, flee, escape, absolute, absolutely, absorb, abstinent, ascetic, sober, abstentious, absurd, preposterous, abstract, conceptual, theoretical only, abstruse, obscure, perplexing, puzzling, complex, profound, mysterious, technical, abundance, abundant, abuse, misuse, exploitation, manipulation, mishandling, mistreatment, cruelty, care, carefulness, caring, precaution, protection, support, backing, abysmal, abyss, abysmal, academic, accede equals allow, grant, assent, consent, accept, accelerate, accent, accentuate, accept, access, accessible, accessory, accident, acclaim, accompany, accomplish, accomplishment, triumph, accord, according, accost, confront, greet, encounter, account, accredit, accrue, amass, accumulate, accumulate, heap, accuracy, accurate, accuse, achieve, achievement, acid, acknowledge, acme, acquaint, acquire, acquit, free equals release equals find not guilty, equals exonerate equals exculpate, vindicate, convict, proof guilty, acquiesce, agree, accept, consent, concede, acrid, across, act, action, activate, active, activist, activity, actor, actress, actual, actually, acumen, add, adamant, adapt, add, addition, additional, address, adept, adequate, adjacent, adjoin, adjust, adjustment, administration, administrator, admire, admission, admit, admonish, adolescent, teenage, teenage, young, youthful, juvenile, teen, adopt, adore, adroit, deft, dexterous, maladroit, clumsy, inept, awkward, adult, adulterate, adulteration, advance, advanced, advantage, advantageous, advent, adventure, adversary, adversarial, confrontational, corrosive, adverse, adversity, advertise, advertising, advice, advise, advisor, advocate, affable, affair, affirm, affect, afflict, affluent, afford, aforementioned, afraid, African, African American, after, afternoon, again, against, age, agency, agenda, agent, aggravate, aggressive, aggrieve, agile, agitate, wrath, ago, agonize, agony, anguish, pain, torture, suffering, distress, misery, torment, relief, comfort, peace, help, assistance, reprieve, liberation, respite, agree, assent, comply, consent, decide, settle, approve, contradict, deny, disagree, agreement, agricultural, ahead, aid, aim, goal, purpose, intention, ambition, wish, target, focus, aspire, air, aircraft, airline, airport, alarm, alarmed, album, alcohol, alert, discreet, alertly, alien, alienate, alive, all, allege, alleviate, mitigate, assuage, palliate, alliance, allow, ally, allay, calm, assuage, alleviate, mitigate, mollify, almost, alone, along, already, also, alter, alternative, alterable, although, altruism, always, amalgamate, merge, join, amass, amazing, amusing, amusement, ambiguity, ambiguate, ambiguous, ambition, ambivalent, ambrosia, ambush, ameliorate, amend, amendment, American, amiable, amicable, amity, among, amount, ample, amplify, analysis, analyst, analyze, anarchy, ancient, and, anemic, anger, infuriate, incense, violent, angle, angry, animal, animosity, animus, annihilate, anniversary, announce, annoy, irritate, ire, vexation, infuriate, upset, bother, anger, harass, aggravate, disturb, indignation, assuage, calm, comfort, annual, annal, anomaly, anomalous, anonymous, nameless, another, answer, antagonism, antagonist, antagonistic, unfriendly, anticipate, antipathy, antique, antiquated, anxiety, anxious, any, anybody, anymore, anyone, anything, anyway, anywhere, apart, apartment, apathy, apathetic equals languor, apex, apologize, apple, appalling, apparent, apparently, appeal, appear, appearance, appease, appetize, applaud, applause, praise, laud, apple, appliance, application, apply, appoint, appointment, appreciate, apprehend, apprehension, approach, appropriate, inappropriate, approval, approve, approximately, apt, Arab, archaic, architect, arduous, ardent, eager, fervent, devoted, dedicated, keen, passionate, ardor equals ardency, love, passion, mania, area, argue, argument, arise, ascend, appear, rise, emerge, drop, decrease, conclude, aristocrat, arm, armed, army, around, arouse, arrange, assemble, organize, array, place, prepare, set up, disturb, disorder, disrange, arrangement, arrest, arrival, arrive, arrogance, arrogant, insolent equals haughty, art, artful, cunning, clever, evasive, deceitful, crafty, devious, artless, guileless, straightforward, outspoken, article, articulate, clear, fluent, expressive, article, articulate, clear, fluent, expressive, artist, artistic, as, ascetic, Asian, aside, asinine, silly, stupid, foolish, idiotic, dim, unintelligent, inane, daft, imbecile, ashamed, ask, asleep, aspect, assault, assent, assert, assess, assessment, asset, assiduous, assign, assignment, assist, assistance, assistant, associate, association, assortment, mixture, assuage, assume, assumption, unassuming, assure, assured, astute, astuteness, athlete, athletic, atmosphere, atrocity, attach, attack, attain, attempt, attend, join, be there, present, participate, appear, be absent, inattentive, absent-minded, disregard, ignore, attention, attitude, attorney, attract, attractive, attribute, quality, audacious, audacity, audience, augment, auspicious, austere, rigid, ascetic, harsh, severe, grim, author, authoritative, authority, auto, autonomy, available, avarice, avaricious, covet, covetous, average, averse, disinclined, aversion, avoid, avoidable, avow, awake, awaken, award, aware, conscious, alert, mindful, cognizant, attentive, responsive, sentient, unaware, unconscious, negligent, ignorant, unacquainted, unminful, inattentive, awareness, away, awful, awkward, baby, back, background, bad, badly, baffle, bag, bake, balance, baleful, threatening, spiteful, sinister, malevolent, malignant, malignity, vindictive, ominous, ball, ban, banal, dull, common, band, banish, bank, bar, bear, barely, bargain, bark, barrel, barren, barrier, barter, base, baseball, basic, basically, basis, bask, basket, basketball, bathe, bathroom, battery, battle, bee, beach, bean, bear, beat, beatify, beautiful, beautify, beauty, becalmed, because, beckon, become, bed, bedroom, beer, befool, before, begin, beginning, behave, behavior, behind, behold, being, belch, belief, believe, believable, unbelievable, belittle, criticize, bellicose equals warlike, belligerent, belong, below, belt, bench, bend, beneath, benefactor, beneficial, benefit, benevolence, benevolent, abstemious, bent, twisted, venom, beside, besides, best, bet, better, between, bewilder, beyond, bias, biased, Bible, bid, big, bigotry, bike, bill, billion, bind, biological, bird, birth, birthday, bit, bite, biting, bizarre, black, blacken, blade, blame, blameworthy, blameless, blanket, bleak, bleed, blend, bless, blessing, blind, block, blood, blow, blue, blunder, blunt, dull, unsharpened, bored, boast, boastful, show up, boat, body, boil, boisterous, noisy, energetic, bold, bomb, bombing, bona fide, bond, bondage, slavery, captivity, bone, book, boom, boot, boost up, border, boring, born, borrow, boss, both, bother, bottle, bottom, bound, boundary, bow, bowl, box, bay, boycott, boyfriend, brag, brain, branch, brand, brave, bravery, breach, bread, break, breakable, breakfast, breast, breath, breathe, breed, bribe, brick, bridge, brief, briefly, bright, brightness, brilliant, bring, brink, British, brittle, broad, broadcast, broken, brother, brown, brush, brutal, brutality, buck, budget, build, building, bullet, bump, bunch, bungling, burden, burn, burn alive, bowo, burst, berry, bush, bushy, business, busy, bustling, busy, hurried, butter, button, buy, buyer, by choice, by product, by rights, cabin, cabinet, cable, cacophonous, cacophony, cajole, inveigle, cake, calamity, calculate, call, callous, callow, immature, inexperienced, calm, calmness, calumniate, camera, camp, campaign, campus, Canadian, cancel, cancer, candid, candidate, candor, canny, sly, cap, capability, capable, incapable, enable, capacity, capacious, capital, capricious, whimsical, captain, captivate, captivating, capture, car, carbon, card, care, career, careful, carefully, careless, carriage, carrier, carry, carry out, carve, case, cash, cast, castigate, criticize, scold, rebuke, cat, catastrophe, catch, category, Catholic, cause, caustic, cautious, incautious, cease, ceasefire, ceaseless, interminable equals incessant equals unceasing, seed, ceiling, celebrate, celebrated, celebration, celebrity, cell, censurable, censure, center, central, century, CEO, ceremony, certain, certainly, certify, chain, chair, chairman, challenge, chamber, champion, championship, chance, change, changing, changeable, channel, chaos, chapter, character, characteristic, characterize, charge, charitable, charity, chart, charm, charming, magnetize, chase, chary, wary, cautious, cheap, cheat, check, cheek, abuse, jowl, reproach, cheer, cheerful, cheerfulness, cheese, chef, chemical, cherish, chest, chew, chicken, chide, chief, child, childhood, Chinese, chip, chocolate, choice, cholesterol, choose, chop, chop, chopping, chore, Christian, Christmas, church, cigarette, circle, circulate, circumstance, circumspect, prudent, careful, vigilant, sight, citizen, city, civil, civilian, clandestine, secret, covert, conceal, stealthy, claim, clap, clarify, class, classic, classify, classroom, clean, clear, clearly, clever, cleverness, client, climate, climax, climb, ascend, mount, clinic, clinical, clock, close, closely, closer, close, clothing, cloud, club, clue, clumsy, cluster, coach, coal, coalesce, unite, unity, unify, consolidate, coalition, coast, coat, code, coffee, cognitive, cogent, clear, lucid, logical, convincing, coherent, coincide, cold, collapse, colleague, collect, collection, collective, college, collide, collusion, colonial, color, colorless, pallid, colossal, vast, mammoth equals monumental, massive, column, combination, combined, comedy, comfort, comfortable, comical, command, commander, commence, commend, commendable, comment, commercial, commission, commit, commitment, committee, common, commonplace, commodious, specious, large, ample, extensive, roomy, communicate, communication, community, company, compare, comparison, compatibility, compassionate, compel, compensate, compete, competent, incompetent, competition, competitive, competitor, complain, complaint, complete, completely, complex, complexity, compliant, complicated, complementary, complements, comply, compliance, comply with, component, compose, composition, composure, discomposure, compress, bandage, comprehensible, comprehensive, compromise, compulsory, computer, conceal, hide equals covert, disguise equals obscure, concentrate, concentration, concept, concede, accept, concern, concerned, concert, conclude, conclusion, conclusive, concord, concrete, concur, agree, condemn, condense, condition, condole, conduct, conducive, favorable, helpful, coercion, pressure, force, forced, compulsion, compulsory, confer, conference, confess, confidence, confident, confidential, confined, confirm, confiscate, conflict, conflicting, conform, conformity, confront, confuse, confusion, confusing, chaotic, confute, refute, gainsay, disprove, deny, invalidate, rebut, congratulate, congregate, congress, congressional, conjecture, connect, connection, conquer, conscience, ethics, morality, integrity, consciousness, conscripted, consensus, consequence, conservative, conserve, consider, considerable, considerably, considerate, consideration, consist, consistent, console, conspicuous, conspire, constant, constancy, constantly, constitute, constitutional, constrict, construct, construction, constructive, consultant, consume, consumer, consumption, contact, contain, container, contaminate, contamination, pollution, adulterate, taint, spoil, sully, discontaminate, contemplate, contemporary, contempt, dislike, disdain, content, contest, context, continue, continued, continuity, contract, contradict, contradictory, contrast, contravene, break, contribute, contribution, contributor, contrive, contrite, sorry, remorseful, regretful, apologetic, uncontrite, control, controversial, controversy, controvert, convenient, convention, conventional, unconventional, conversation, converse, conversant, familiar, acquainted, knowledgeable, convert, convict, conviction, convince, cook, cookie, cooking, cool, cooperate, cooperation, coordinate, cop, cope, copious, copy, core, corn, corner, corporate, corporation, correct, correspond, correspondent, corrupt, corruption, incorruptible, honest, corroborate, verify, validate, cost, cotton, could, counsel, counselor, count, counter, counterfeit, fake, apocryphal, bogus, countermand, cancel, stop, revoke, country, county, couple, courage, courageous, course, court, courteous, gracious, cousin, cover, hide, submerge, coverage, cow, coward, dastard, cowardly, crack, craft, crafty, cunning, craggy, crash, crass, craven, fearful, cramped, overcrowded, confined, restricted, hampered, crazy, cream, create, creation, creative, creature, credible, credit, credulous, creep, crew, crestfallen, dejected, disappointed, deflated, depressed, sad, despondent, downcast, crime, criminal, crisis, criteria, critic, critical, uncritical, criticism, criticize, crop, cross, crowd, crowded, cramped, crucial, crude, cruel, cruelty, crush, cry, cultivate, cultural, culture, cup, curious, current, currently, curriculum, curse, cursory, curtail, shorten, abbreviate, abridge, condice, custom, customer, cut, cycle, dabble, dad, daily, damage, damaging, dance, danger, dangerous, dare, daring, dark, darkness, data, date, daughter, daunt, deter, discourage, intimidate, scare, frighten, overwhelm, dishearten, dauntless, day, dead, deaden, deal, dealer, dear, dearth, death, debate, debilitate, debacle, disaster, catastrophe, fiasco, tragedy, devastation, calamity, misfortune, debt, decade, decay, deceit, deceitful, mendacity, falsehood, deceive, deceptive, decide, decision, deck, declare, decline, declining, decorate, decoy, decrease, decry, condemn, censure, dedicate, dedicated, deep, deeply, dear, deface, defamatory, defame, defeat, defect, defective, defend, defendant, defense, defensive, defenseless, defer, deficit, deficiency, define, definite, definitely, definition, deform, defray, deft, defy, degree, deject, dejected, delay, deleterious, deliberate, deliberately, delicacy, delicious, delicate, delight, delightful, deliver, delivery, delude, elude, escape, flee, demand, democracy, democrat, democratic, demonstrate, demonstration, demoralize, deny, denunciation, criticize, condemnation, department, depend, dependent, depending, depict, deplore, deploy, depress, depressed, depressing, depression, depreciation, depreciate, devaluation, deprive, deprecate, denounce, criticize, condemn, depraved, depth, deputy, deride, derive, derelict, dilapidated, ruined, abandoned, deserted, describe, description, desert, abandon, deserve, design, designer, desire, desirous, desk, desolate, desperate, despise, despite, despondent, hopeless, hopelessness, bleak, destitute, destroy, destruction, destructive, detachable, detail, detailed, detect, deter, deteriorate, determination, determine, determined, detest, dethrone, detrimental, devalue, develop, developing, development, device, devise, devote, dexterous, dexterity, adept, expert, dialogue, diet, didactic, moral, differ, difference, different, differently, difficult, difficulty, dig, digest, digital, dignified, dignify, dilapidated, diligent, hardworking, industrious, dimension, dilemma, diminish, diminutive, din, noise, clamor, clamorous, disturbing, dining, dinner, dip, diplomacy, direct, direction, directly, director, dirt, dirty, disability, disagree, disagreement, disappear, disappoint, disapprove, disaster, disavow, disbelieve, discard, give up, discerning, discipline, disclaim, disclose, divulge, disconcerted, discontinue, discord, discourage, discontented, displeased, dissatisfied, grumpy, malcontent, discourse, discover, discovery, discrimination, discreet, modest, tasteful, discuss, discussion, discursive, broad, lengthy, prolong, expansive, conversational, free, loose, disdain, detest, abhor, disdainful, disease, disgrace, disgust, disgusting, dish, disharmony, disinclined, dismay, dismiss, disinfect, sterilize, sanitize equals purify, decontaminate, cleanse, disobey, disorder, disorderly, disown, disparage, disparity, disparate equals unlike, different, dissimilar, disperse, scatter, disband, dispirited, display, displease, dispute, disputed, disqualify, dissatisfy, dissipate, dispel, disperse, scatter, squander, disintegrate, waste, disseminate, dissent, dissimilar, dissimilarity, dissolve, dissuade, distance, distant, distinct, distinction, distinguish, distinguished, distribute, distribution, district, disturb, diverse, diversity, diverge, deviate, depart, separate, divide, division, divorce, DNA, do, docile, doctor, document, dodge, dog, domestic, dominant, dominate, indomitable, stubborn, unconquerable, tough, invincible, donate, donor, patronize, door, dotting, double, doubt, doubtful, dormant, inactive, down, downtown, dozen, draft, drag, drama, dramatic, dramatically, draw, drawing, dreadful, dream, dress, dribble, drink, drive, driver, droop, drop, drown, drug, drunk, intoxicated, dry, due to, dual, dull, dullness, humdrum, boring, monotonous, pedestrian, duplicate, duplicity, durable, lasting, durability, duration, during, dust, duty, dwell, die, each, eager, eagerness, ear, early, earn, earnings, earth, ease, easily, east, eastern, easy, eat, economic, economical, economics, economist, economy, ecstasy, edge, edit, edition, editor, educate, educard, uneducated, education, educational, educator, effect, effective, effectively, ineffective, efficacious, efficiency, efficient, effort, effortless, egg, ego, self-esteem, egoist, 8, either, eject, elastic, elaborate, elated, overjoyed, delighted, glad, illicit, provoke, elderly, elect, election, electric, electricity, electronic, element, elementary, eligible, eliminate, exterminate, elite, elope, eloquent, else, elsewhere, elucidate, lucid, well-spoken, email, emancipate, embellish, embitter, embrace, imbecile, emend, emerge, emergency, emission, emit, emotion, emotional, emphasis, emphasize, employ, employee, employer, employment, empower, empty, enable, enact, encounter, encourage, encomium, encumbrance, hindrance, burden, end, endless, endanger, endear, endorse, endurance, endure, endurance, enduring, permanent, enduring, enemy, energy, energetic, enforce, enforcement, engage, engender, engine, engineer, engineering, English, enhance, enjoy, enjoyable, enlarge, amplify, expand, enlighten, enlist, enliven, enmity, enormous, enough, enunciate, articulate, pronounce, enrage, enrich, ensue, ensure, entangle, enter, enterprise, entertain, entertainment, enthusiasm, enthusiast, enthusiastic, avid, entice, entire, entirely, entitle, entrance, entrust, entry, environment, environmental, envy, ephemeral, impermanent equals transient, episode, equal, equally, equipment, equivocal, era, eradicate, obliterate, annihilate, erect, create, vertical, erode, erosion, erratic, whimsical, error, escape, escalate, escalator, descalate, diminish, inescapable, obvious, unpreventable, uneluctable, escort, especially, espouse, adopt, essay, essential, essentially, establish, establishment, estate, esteem, estimate, estrange, etc., eternal, ethics, ethnic, eulogize, eulogy, euphonious, mellifluous, symphonic, European, evacuate, evaluate, evaluation, evanescent, even, evening, event, eventually, ever, everlasting, every, everybody, every day, everyone, everything, everywhere, evict, evidence, evolution, evolve, exact, exactly, exaggerate, exacerbate, worsen, aggravate, impair, intensify, exasperate, infuriate, frustrate, annoy, irritate, enrage, examination, examine, example, exemplary, exceed, excel, excellent, accept, exception, excerpt, excess, excessive, exchange, excite, exciting, exclude, exculpate, inculpate, culpable, guilty, blameworthy, responsible, liable, excuse, execute, executive, exemplary, exercise, exhibit, exhibition, exhilarating, exhausting, exhausted, exist, existence, existing, exotic, foreign equals bizarre, exorbitant equals inflated, overpriced, unreasonable, excessive equals steep, expand, expanse, expansion, expect, expected, expectation, expedite, expel, expend, expense, expensive, experience, inexperienced, experiment, expert, explain, explanation, explicate, explode, exploit, achievement, explore, explosion, export, expose, exposure, express, expression, unexpressed, exquisite, extend, extension, extensive, extent, external, extinguish, extol, extra, extraordinary, extravagant, extraneous, inessential, unrelated, extract, excerpt, extreme, extremely, fabric, face, facilitate, facility, facile, fact, factor, factory, faculty, fade, fail, failing, failure, fair, fairly, faith, faithfulness, fake, apocryphal, fall, descend, fallible, false, falseness, sedition, perfidy, falsify, fame, familiar, familiarize, family, famous, fan, fanciful, fancy, fantasy, far, farm, farmer, farver, fascinate, fascinating, fashion, fast, fastidious, choosy, fussy, demanding, fat, fate, fatuous, inane, vapid, unintelligent, childish, pointless, father, fault, favor, favorite, favoritism, partiality, nepotism, nepotistic, bias, prejudice, discrimination, favorable, unfavorable, fear, fearful, fearless, feasible, feat, accomplishment, feature, federal, fee, feeble, feed, feel, feeling, feign, unfeigned, fell, fellow, female, fence, fairy, fertility, fertile, fecund, fervor, fetch, feverish, few, fewer, fiber, fickle, whimsical, capricious, fictitious, fiction, fidelity, field, fiery, 15, fifth, 50, fight, fighter, fighting, figure, file, fill, film, filthy, final, finally, finance, financial, find, finding, fine, finger, finish, fire, firm, firm belief, first, fish, fishing, fit, fitness, fitting, five, fix, fizz, flag, flake, flame, flamboyant, showy, colorful, flashy, glitzy, lurid, flat, flatter, overpraise, flatterer, flavor, flaw, flawless, immaculate, impeccable, innocent, flee, fleeting, transitory, brief, ephemeral, transient, flesh, flexible, pliable, flicker, flight, flimsy, float, flock, floor, florid, flourish, flourishing, flow, flowing, flower, fluctuate, fluctuation, fly, focus, foe, antagonistic relation, foil, folk, follow, following, food, foolhardy, foolish, foot, football, forbear, forbidden, forbid, force, foreign, forest, forever, forfeit, forge, forgery, forget, forgive, forgiving, form, formal, formation, former, formidable, formula, forsake, forswear, forthrightness, frankness, candor, directness, candidness, outspoken, bluntness, openness, fortune, forward, foster, found, foundation, founder, fourth, fragile, fragrance, frame, framework, frangible, frank, free, freedom, freeze, French, frequency, frequent, frequently, fresh, fretful, agitate, distressed, nervous, friable, friend, friendly, friendship, frighten, frightening, frigid, from, front, frugal, fruit, fruitful, frustrate, frustration, fry, fuel, fulfill, non-fulfillment, full, fully, fumble, blunder, mess, misstep, mistake, error, slip up, fun, function, fund, fundamental, funding, funeral, funny, furniture, furthermore, furtive, feudal, future, gain, ungainly, galaxy, gallant, brave, valiant, courageous, valorous, gallery, game, gang, gap, garage, garbled, distorted, confused, garden, gargantuan, garlic, garnish, garrulous, gas, gate, gather, gawky, gay, gaze, gear, gender, gene, genial, amiable, friendly, affable, general, generally, generate, generation, generic, generosity, generous, munificent, genetic, gentleman, gently, genuine, gesture, get, ghost, giant, gift, gifted, gigantic, enormous, massive, vast, gargantuan, colossal, mammoth, titanic, enormous, girl, girlfriend, gist, summary or meaning, give, give up, given, glad, glamorous, glance, glare, glass, glistening, glitter, global, gloom, gloomy, glorify, glorious, glove, glow, glower, glut, gluttony, overeat, go, goal, god, gold, golden, golf, good, goods, goodwill, gore, gossip, govern, government, governor, grab, grade, gradually, graduate, grain, grand, grandfather, grandmother, grant, grasp, grass, gratify, gratifying, grave, gray, great, greatest, greedy, green, gregarious, friendly, sociable, grief, grind, groan, grocery, ground, group, grow, growing, growth, grueling, guarantee, guard, guess, guest, guide, guideline, guilty, gullible, gun, gun down, guy, habit, habitat, habituate, hackneyed, commonplace, banal, haggle, haggle, haggling, hail, hair, half, haul, hamper, hand, handover, handful, handicap, handle, hang, haphazard, haphazardly, happen, happiness, happy, unhappy, harass, hard, hardly, harm, harmful, unharmful, harmonious, harmony, harsh, hasty, hat, hatch, hatch, lay eggs, lay, hate, haughtiness, haughty, haunt, have, hazard, hazardous, hazy, foggy, vague, head, headline, headquarters, headstrong, willful, impetuous, impulsive, reckless, rash, stubborn, obstinate, precipitate, hedonistic, pleasure-seeking, self-indulgent, health, healthful, healthy, hearing, heart, hearten, hearty, heat, heaven, heavily, heavy, heel, heed, attention, heedless, unattention, height, heighten, helicopter, hell, hello, help, helpful, her, here, heritage, hero, herself, hesitancy, hue, hey, high, hide, high, highlight, highly, highway, hill, him, himself, hinder, hindrance, impediment, hint, hip, higher, his, historian, historic, historical, history, hit, hold, whole, holiday, holy, home, homeless, homogeneous, honest, honesty, honey, honor, honorary, voluntary, hook, hope, hopeful, horizon, horrible, horror, horse, hospital, host, hospitable, hospitality, hostile, hostility, hot, hotel, aware, house, household, housing, how, however, howl, hubbub, uproar, noise, huff, huge, human, humane, humanitarian, inhuman, humble, humbleness, modest, humdrum, humiliated, humility, humor, humorous, facetious equals comic, comical equals witty, jokey equals hilarious, ridiculous, hundred, hungry, hunter, hunting, hurt, hurdle, obstacle, barrier, impediment, husband, hush up, hybrid, hygienic, hypocrisy, hypothesis, ice, idea, ideal, idealistic, identification, identify, identity, idol, idiocy, stupidity, silliness, ridiculousness, absurdity, senselessness, folly, foolishness, madness, foolishness, if, ignorance, ignorant, ignore, ignoble, dishonor, dishonorable, shameful, immoral, despicable, ill, illegal, illicit, illness, ill-tempered, illuminate, illustrate, illustrious, image, imagination, imagine, imitate, immaculate, immediate, immediately, immense, immerse, immigrant, immigration, immutable, unchainable, impact, impart, impartial, impartiality, impede, impediment, imperative, authoritative, bossy, imperceptible, imperil, imperishable, everlasting, impermanent, impermeable, impertinent equals arrogant, impudent, impervious, impermeable, resistant, waterproof, rainproof, proof, invulnerable, implement, implication, imply, import, importance, important, unimportant, impose, impossible, impotent, powerless, impoverished, impress, impression, impressive, imprison, improve, improvement, improvise, doing without rehearsal, imprudent, impudent, impure, unclean, inadequate, inane, inarticulate, inadvertent, inadvertently, unintentional, inaugurate, incentive, incident, incite, incline, inclination, include, including, income, incorporate, increase, increased, increasing, increasingly, incredible, indeed, indefinite, independence, independent, index, Indian, indicate, indication, indicative, indifference, indifferent, indigenous, native, indigence, indigent, impoverished, need, poor, poverty, deprivation, indiscriminate, indispensable, individual, indolent, idle, lazy, industrial, industrious, industry, indulgent, ineffectual, effectual, inefficacious, ineligible, inept, unskilled, callow, inevitable, infamous, notorious, infant, infatuate, infection, infertile, sterile, infidelity, infinitesimal, tiny, inflation, influence, inform, information, ingenious, inventive, uninventive, ingredient, inhabit, inhale, inharmonious, inherent, inherit, inhibit, hinder, inimical, initial, initially, initiate, initiative, injure, injurious, injury, inner, innocent, innocuous, innovate, innovation, innovative, inoffensive, inquire, inquiry, insatiable, inside, insight, insidious, tricky, deceitful, insipid, tasteless, insist, insistent, inspect, inspire, inspiring, install, instance, instantaneous, instead, instigate, incite equals provoke, institution, institutional, instruction, instructor, instrument, insult, insurance, insure, intangible, integrate, integrity, intellectual, intelligence, intelligible, comprehensible, intend, intense, intensify, intensity, intention, intentional, interaction, interest, interested, interesting, stimulating, engrossing, disinterested, unbiased, impartial, neutral, without prejudice, unprejudiced, unbiased, fair, moderate, interminable, intermittent, internal, international, internet, interpret, interpretation, interrogate, intervention, interview, intimate, intimidate, into, intolerance, intoxicate, intrepid, fearless, intricate, introduce, introduction, intrusive, inundated, invade, invasion, invent, invest, investigate, investigation, investigator, investment, investor, invigilate, invigorate, invigorating, invincible, unbeatable, invite, invoke, involve, involvement, ire, anger, rage, fury, wrath, annoyance, Iraqi, Irish, irk, iron, irregular, irrelevant, irrigate, irritable, irritate, Islamic, island, isolated, Israeli, issue, it, Italian, item, its, itself, jacket, jail, Japanese, jeopardize, jeopardy, jerk, jet, chew, Jewish, job, jocund, jocular, jovial, jubilant, overjoyed, triumphant, proud, thrilled, ecstatic, delighted, euphoric, glad, joint, joke, jolly, journal, journalist, journey, joy, joyous, judge, judgment, judicious, choose, jump, junior, jury, just, justice, justify, keen, acute equals astute, equals shrewd, ardent, keep, key, kick, kid, kill, killer, killing, kind, tender, kindness, king, kiss, kitchen, knee, kneel, knife, knock, no, knowledge, lab, label, labor, laboratory, lackluster, dull equals drab, laconic, terse, pithy, to the point, concise, brief, succinct, lady, lake, lament, land, landmark, landscape, language, lap, large, largely, last, lasting, late, later, Latin, ladder, laud, laudable, laudatory, laugh, launch, lavish, extravagant, law, lawn, lawsuit, lawyer, lay, layer, lazy, lead, leader, leadership, leading, leaf, league, lean, leap, learn, learning, lease, least, leather, leave, left, leg, legacy, legal, lawful, licit, legitimate, kosher, unlawful, illegal, legend, legendary, legislation, legitimate, lemon, lend, length, lengthen, less, lesson, lesson, let, lethargic, letter, level, liberal, liberate, library, libelous, defamatory, vilifying, slanderous, license, licentious, immoral, shameless, wicked, evil, lustful, lick, lie, life, lifestyle, lifetime, lift, light, like, likely, limit, limitation, limited, limpid, transparent, clear, crystal, sheer, line, linger, link, lip, list, listen, literally, literary, literature, litigate, little, littered, spoilt, scatter, live, lively, living, load, loan, loaf, loath, abhor, averse, local, locate, location, lock, logical, illogical, loquacious, talkative, lonesome, long, long-term, look, loose, loquacious, lose, loss, lost, lot, lots, loud, love, lovely, lover, low, lower, lowest point, loyalty, luck, lucky, ludicrous, lull, lust, desire, luminous, lunch, lung, luxurious, luxury, extravagance, indulgence, superfluity, amenity, treat, bonus, lyrical, machine, mad, magazine, magnificence, magnify, male, main, mainly, maintain, maintenance, major, majority, make, maker, makeup, male, malevolence, malevolent, malefactor, persecutor, malicious, spiteful, malice, maul, mammoth, man, manage, management, manager, mandatory, manipulate, manner, manually, manufacturer, manufacturing, many, map, mar, march, marshal, margin, mark, market, marketing, marriage, married, marry, mask, mass, massacre, massive, master, match, material, math, matter, mature, may, maybe, mare, me, meager, exiguous, paucity, scanty, insufficient, insufficiency, paltry, skimpy, meal, mean, meaning, meaningful, meanwhile, measure, measurement, measly, meat, mechanism, media, medical, medication, medicine, medium, meat, meeting, melancholy, gloomy, mellifluous, dulcet, melodious, melt, member, membership, memorize, memory, mend, mendacious, and truthful, dishonest, deceitful, lying, inaccurate, and true, mental, mention, mentor, menu, merchandise, mercy, merciful, compassionate, sympathetic, merciless, mercilessness, mere, merely, mess, message, messy, mesmerizing, fascinating, attractive, compulsive, captivate, metal, meter, method, meticulous, painstakingly, meticulously, Mexican, merge, merger, integrate, combine, microscopic, middle, might, military, milk, million, mince, mind, mine, minister, minor, minority, minute, minuscule, diminutive, miracle, mirror, misanthrope, misanthropist, misanthrope, misapprehend, mispave, miserable, miserly, misery, misgiving, misleading, missile, mission, mistake, mitigate, mix, mixture, mock, mockery, mode, model, moderate, moderately, modern, modest, modesty, mollify, appease, calm, pacify, soothe, moment, momentary, transient, brief, transitory, ephemeral, temporary, short-lived, momentous, significant, historic, money, monitor, monotonous, monstrous, month, monumental, mood, moon, moral, more, moreover, morning, mortgage, most, mostly, mother, motion, motionless, standing, motivation, motor, motley, miscellaneous, different, heterogeneous, mixed, unlike, mount, mountain, mouse, mouth, move, movement, movie, much, multiple, multiply, mumble, mundane, munificence, munificent, murder, murky, turbid equals muddy, muscle, muscular, museum, music, musical, musician, Muslim, must, mutation, mutual, myself, mystery, myth, mythical, nadir, naive, unexperienced, immature, simple, naked, name, narrate, narrative, narrow, nation, national, nationalize, native, indigent, natural, naturally, nature, near, nearby, nearly, neat, necessarily, necessary, neck, need, nefarious, wicked equals vile, negative, negligent, negotiate, negotiation, neighbor, neighborhood, neither, nerve, nervous, net, network, neutral, neutrality, never, nevertheless, new, newly, news, newspaper, next, nibble, nice, night, nimble, agile, nine, niggle, complaint, objection, niggardly, meager, paltry, insufficient, miserable, wretched, poor, beggarly, no, nobody, noble, decent, polite, honorable, nocturnal, nighty, nighttime, nod, noise, nominal, nomination, none, nonetheless, nor, normal, normally, nonchalant, detached, indifferent, cool, calm, north, northern, nose, not, notable, note, nothing, notice, notify, notion, notorious, nourishment, novel, new, novelty, novice, now, nowhere, noxious, nuclear, nullify, number, numerous, nurse, nut, nutrient, oath, obedient, obey, object, objective, obligation, obligatory, oblige, unobligatory, obliterate equals destroyed equals demolished equals eliminate equals eradicate equals annihilate equals abolish equals wipe out equals exterminate, obscure, observation, observe, observer, obsolete, obstacle, obstinate, adamant, unmoved, inflexible, stubborn, fixed, obdurate, intractable, obstruct, obtain, obvious, obvious, obviously, occasion, occasionally, occupation, occupy, occur, ocean, odd, odds, off, offend, offense, offensive, offer, office, officer, official, often, oil, okay, okay, old, Olympic, ominous, omit, on, once, one, ongoing, onion, online, only, onto, opaque, unclear, non-transparent, open, opening, operate, operating, operation, operator, opine, opinion, opponent, proponent, supporter, opportunity, opportune, timely, oppose, opposite, opposition, oppress, optimistic, optimism, optimum, option, optional, opulence, affluence, abundance, orange, order, orderly, ordinary, organic, organization, organize, organized, orientation, origin, original, originally, ornate, oscillate, oscillating, oscillation, other, others, otherwise, ought, aware, ourselves, out, outburst, outcome, outdated, root law, outlet, outside, oven, over, overtrusting, overall, overcome, overlap, overlook, overthrow, overwhelm, overpriced, own, owner, pace, pacific, pacify, pack, package, page, pain, painful, painstaking, painstakingly, paint, painter, painting, pear, palatable, tasty, pale, pallid, colorless, Palestinian, palm, paltry, pan, panacea, panel, pant, paper, parade, paradoxical, paramount, parent, park, parking, parsimonious, part, partake, partiality, participant, participate, participation, particle, particular, particularly, partly, partner, partnership, party, pass, passage, passenger, passing, passion, passivity, past, paste, patch, path, patient, patronize, patriotic, loyal, pattern, paucity, pause, say, payment, PC, peace, peaceful, peak, peculiar, odd, eccentric, unusual, strange, weird, bizarre, pedestrian, vapid, prosaic, tired, dull, ordinary, and exciting, humdrum, peel, peep, peer, peevish, irritable, penalty, penetrate, impenetrable, pinnery, people, pepper, sir, perceive, percentage, perception, perdon, perennial, perpetual, everlasting, perfect, perfectly, perfidy, treachery, perform, performance, perfunctory, hasty, cursory, brief, quick, rapid, perhaps, peril, perilous, perilous, risky, period, periodic, perishable, perjury, perturb, bother, disturb, upset, perturbable, imperturbable, serene, calm, cool, unexcited, unruffled, pertinent, relevant, related, germane, appropriate, applicable, permanent, permanence, permeable, permission, permissive, permit, perpendicular, perpetual, perpetuate, everlasting, eternal, eternalize, perplexing, perseverance equals persevering, assiduous, persistent, persistence, person, personal, personality, personally, personnel, perspective, persuade, persuasion, persuading, persuasive, pessimism, gloomy, pessimistic, gloom, pet, phase, phenomenon, philanthropist, philanthropy, philosophy, phone, photo, photograph, photographer, phrase, physical, physically, physician, piano, pick, picture, piece, pile, pilot, pine, pink, pinnacle, pipe, pirate, pitch, pitfall, drawback, danger, downside, pivotal, essential, placate, place, placid, plane, plan, plane, planet, planned, unplanned, planning, plant, plastic, plate, platform, play, player, plead, please, pleasure, pledge, plentiful, plenteous, plenty, plot, plow, plus, pm, pocket, poem, poet, poetry, point, poisonous, virulent, poke, pole, police, policy, polish, polished, polite, pertinent, germane, political, politically, politician, politics, pole, pollute, pollution, pool, poor, pop, popular, popularity, population, porch, port, portion, portrait, portray, pose, position, positive, possess, possibility, possible, possibly, post, posthumously, postpone, pot, potato, potential, potentially, pound, poor, poverty, powder, power, powerful, practicable, practical, impractical, practice, pragmatic, praise, praiseworthy, pray, prayer, precarious, precise, precisely, precision, predict, predominantly, prefer, preference, pregnancy, pregnant, preparation, prepare, prescription, presence, present, presentation, preserve, preside, president, presidential, press, pressure, pretend, pretty, prevail, prevailing, prevent, preventable, previous, previously, price, pride, priest, primarily, primary, prime, primitive, principle, principle, print, prior, priority, prison, prisoner, privacy, private, probably, probable, improbable, probity, problem, procedure, proceed, process, proclaim, prodigal, prodigious, extraordinary, unusual, phenomenon, impressive, marvelous, produce, producer, product, production, profess, profession, professional, professor, proficient, profile, profit, profitable, profound, deep, thoughtful, philosophical, insightful, profuse, numerous, abundant, copious, plenty, ample, program, progress, prohibit, prescribe, prohibited, project, prolific, productive, fertile, unproductive, arid, impotent, proliferous, prolonged, prominent, promise, promote, promotion, prompt, pronounce, proof, propagate, multiply, reproduce, propel, proper, properly, propitious, property, proportion, proposal, propose, proposed, prosaic, prosecutor, prospect, prosper, prospering, prosperity, prosperous, protect, protection, protein, protest, proud, prove, provide, provider, province, provincial, provision, provoke, prudence, prudent, psychological, psychologist, psychology, public, publication, publicly, publish, publisher, pull, pulp, pulsate, punctual, punish, punishment, puny, purchase, pure, purify, purity, rinse, discontaminate, purpose, pursue, push, put, puzzling, qualify, qualified, quality, quarrel, quarter, quarterback, question, quick, quickly, quiet, quietly, quit, quite, quote, race, racial, radical, radio, rage, ragged, unkempt, shabby, untidy, raid, rail, rain, raise, random, range, rank, rapid, rapidly, rapture, rare, rarely, rarity, rash, rate, rather, ratify, rating, ratio, rational, raw, reach, react, reaction, read, reader, reading, ready, real, realistic, reality, realize, really, rear, reason, reasonable, rebel, rebellious, rebuff, rebuild, rebuke, recall, recall, receive, recent, recently, recipe, recipient, recite, reckless, reclusive, isolated, recognition, recognize, recommend, recommendation, reconcile, conciliate, reconstruct, record, recording, recover, recovery, recruit, recycle, read, reduce, reduction, refer, reference, refine, refined, reflect, reflection, reform, refrain, refresh, refreshing, refugee, refurbish, refuse, refute, regain, regard, regarding, regardless, regime, region, regional, register, regret, regrettably, regular, regularly, regulate, regulation, reimburse, reinforce, reject, rejoice, rejuvenate, refresh, relate, unrelated, relation, relationship, relative, relatively, relax, release, relentless, relevant, relief, relieve, religion, religious, relish, enjoy, delight, elation, relinquish, reluctance, reluctant, reluctantly, reluctance, rely, remaining, remains, remark, remarkable, remember, remind, remiss, careless, negligent, remit, remote, remorse, regret, remorseless, without any regret, remove, render, renounce, renovate, renowned, repair, repeal, annul, abrogate, repeat, repeatedly, repent, apologize, regret, be contrite, replace, reply, report, reporter, represent, representation, representative, reproach, reproduce, reprove, rebuke, republican, repudiate, reputation, reputable, disreputable, request, require, requirement, unrequired, requisite, necessary, mandatory, coercive, reread, rescue, research, researcher, resemble, reservation, reserve, reset, reside, resident, resign, resist, resistance, resolute, resolution, resolve, resort, resource, resourceful, respect, respectful, respond, respondent, response, responsibility, responsible, rest, restaurant, restless, restore, restrain, restriction, result, resume, retain, redel, rethink, reticent, retire, retirement, rhetorical, verbal, oratorial, retreat, withdraw the army, return, reveal, revealed, revenue, review, revision, revive, reviving, revoke, revolt, revolution, reward, rewarding, rewrite, rhythm, rice, rich, rid, ride, ridiculous, ludicrous, rifle, right, rigid, stiff, stable, rigorous, ring, rise, risk, river, road, roam, roar, rob, rock, roll, roll, rolling, romantic, roof, room, root, rope, rose, rough, roughly, round, root, routine, row, rub, ruin, rule, unruly, disobedient, ruffled, disheveled, messy, unkempt, perturbed, upset, rumor, run, running, rural, rush, Russian, ruthless, ruthlessness, maltreatment, sacred, sad, sadness, melancholy, safe, safeguard, safety, sagacious, wise, sage, sagacity, sage, wise, sagacious, learnt, astute, perceptive, sake, salad, salary, sale, sales, salient, leading, main, prominent, outstanding, significant, salt, salubrious, salutary, healthy food, salute, same, sample, sanctify, sanctimony, sanction, sand, sanitary, satellite, satirize, satisfaction, satisfy, sauce, save, saving, savor, taste, savage, cruel, merciless, brutal, saw, say, scale, scandal, scant, scanty, scarce, scant, scarcely, scarcity, scared, scatter, scattered, scenario, scene, scenery, scent, schedule, scheme, scholar, scholarship, school, science, scientific, scientist, scold, scope, scork, score, scorn, scream, screen, script, scrutinize, see, search, season, seat, second, secret, secretary, secretly, section, sector, secure, security, seduce, see, seed, seek, seem, segment, segregate, seize, select, selection, self, selfish, unselfish, sell, Senate, senator, send, senior, sense, senseless, sensible, sensitive, insensitive, insert, sentence, separate, sequence, serene, serenity, series, serious, seriously, serve, service, session, set, setting, settle, settlement, seven, several, severe, sever, cut, split, so, sex, sexual, shade, shadow, shake, shaky, shall, shallow, shape, share, sharp, sharpen, she, shed, sheet, shelf, shell, shelter, shield, shift, shine, ship, shirt, sheet, shock, shoe, shoot, shooting, shop, shopping, sure, short, shorten, shortly, shortage, brevity, shortness, pithiness, shot, should, shoulder, shout, show, showy, impressive, attractive, eye-catching, spectacular, show off, shower, shrewd, shrewdness, shrink, shrug, jerk, shun, shirk, evade, avoid, shut, sick, side, sigh, sight, sign, signal, significance, significant, insignificant, extraneous, significantly, silence, silence, silent, silently, silly, silver, similar, similarly, simple, simplify, simply, simultaneously, sin, sinuous, since, sincere, sincerely, sincerity, insincerity, deceit, sing, singer, single, sink, sip, sir, sister, sit, sight, situated, situation, six, size, sketch, skill, skillful, skin, sky, slacken, release, loosen, slap, slave, slavery, slay, slander, slur, insult, defamation, smear, disparagement, sleep, slice, slide, slight, slightly, slim, slink, slip, slit, slow, slowly, slump, fall, decline, sluggish, slur, disgrace, insult, small, smart, smell, smile, smite, smoke, smooth, snap, snatch, snow, sow, soak, sober, so-called, soccer, sociable, social, society, socket, soft, software, soil, solar, soldier, soul, solemn, firm, sincere, grave, serious, fervent, solid, solitary, solicited, solicitous, asked, petition, lobbied, begged, unsolicited, unwelcome, unwanted, voluntary, volunteered, solution, solve, some, somebody, somehow, someone, something, sometimes, somewhat, somewhat, somewhere, sun, song, soon, soothe, sophisticated, sorrow, sorry, sort, soul, sound, soup, sour, source, south, southern, Soviet, sow, space, spacious, Spanish, spare, spare parts, sparing, sparse, speak, speaker, special, specialist, species, specific, specifically, spectacular, speech, speed, speedy, spell, spend, spending, spendthrift, spin, spirit, spiritual, spit, spite, spiteful, split, spoil, muddy, splendid, fine, grand, spokesman, sponsor, sporadic, sporadically, sport, spot, spotless, spread, spring, spurious, false, bogus, fake, imitation, unauthentic, authentic, squander, square, squalid, filthy, dirty, foul, nasty, neglected, squeal, squeeze, stability, stable, staff, stage, stagnant, still, immobile, motionless, quiet, lifeless, mobile, moving, mobility, changeable, varying, stain, stare, stake, stalk, stamina, stand, stand against, standard, standing, star, stare, start, stark, starve, have nothing to eat, famish, state, statement, static, station, stationary, statistics, status, stay, steadfast, steady, steel, stealthy, steel, steep, stem, step, step down, sterile, stick, stiff, still, stimulate, stimulating, sting, stingy, miserly, parsimonious, frugal, economical, thrifty, mean, stir, stalk, stomach, stone, stop, storage, store, storm, story, straight, straightforward, strange, stranger, strategic, strategy, stream, street, strength, strengthen, stress, stretch, strict, stricture, stride, strike, string, strip, stripe, strive, stroke, strong, strongly, structure, struggle, stubborn, student, studio, study, stuff, stumble, stunning, fabulous, gorgeous, exquisite, magnificent, superb, spectacular, stupid, style, subject, submit, submissive, obedient, subscribe, subsequent, substance, substantial, substantiant, subtle, succeed, success, successful, unsuccessful, successfully, such, suck, sudden, suddenly, sue, susser, sufficient, suffocate, sugar, suggest, suggestion, suit, suitable, unsuitable, sulk, summer, summit, pinnacle, crown, sun, sunny, clear, super, superfluous, surplus, excessive, redundant, superficial, artificial, phony, superiority, supernatural, supervise, supply, supple, agile, support, supporter, suppose, supposed, suppress, supreme, sure, surely, surface, surfeit, excess, surplus, oversupply, flood, plethora, overabundance, surgery, surmise, surpass, surprise, surprised, surprising, surprisingly, surround, survey, survival, survive, survivor, susceptible, vulnerable, suspect, suspend, suspicious, sustain, sustainable, swallow, swear, sweep, sweet, swell, swift, hasty, swim, swindle, swing, switch, sycophant, flatterer, symbol, sympathy, sympathetic, sympathize, symphonic, symptom, system, table, tablespoon, taciturn, tacit, implicit, unspoken, implied, silent, wordless, unstated, inferred, tackle, tactfully, tactic, tail, taint, take place, tail, talent, talk, talkative, tall, tamper, tangible, tank, tantalize, tap, tape, tardy, target, tarnish, task, taste, tasty, tattle, taunt, tax, taxpayer, teach, teacher, teaching, team, tear, tease, teaspoon, technical, technique, technology, tedious, teen, teenager, telephone, telescope, television, tell, temper, temperate, intemperate, temperature, temporary, temporarity, tempt, tend, tendency, tender, tennis, tension, tent, tentative, tenuous, weak, shaky, term, terminate, finish, terms, terrible, terrifying, territory, terror, terrorism, terrorist, terrorize, test, testify, testimony, testing, text, then, think, thinks, that, theater, theft, there, them, theme, themselves, then, theory, therapy, there, therefore, these, they, thick, thicken, thin, thing, think, thinking, third, 30, this, foreign, thorough, thoroughly, meticulously, comprehensively, systematically, methodically, carefully, painstakingly, scrupulously, unmethodical, chaotic, those, though, thoughtful, thoughtless, thousand, threaten, threatening, thrifty, thriving, throughout, throwaway, thus, ticket, tickle, tidy, tight, tighten, time, timid, timorous, tiny, tip, tire, tired, tiring, tissue, title, tobacco, today, toe, together, tolerance, tolerate, tomato, tomb, tomorrow, tone, tongue, tonight, toe, tool, tooth, top, topic, torpid, sluggish, tortuous, toss, total, totally, touch, touching, touchable, tough, tourist, tournament, toward, towards, tower, town, tie, trace, track, tractable, docile, controllable, obedient, manageable, amenable, compliant, trade, tradition, traditional, traduce, traffic, tragedy, tragic, trail, train, training, trample, tranquil, transact, transcend, transfer, transform, transformation, transient, transition, transitory, translate, transmit, transparent, lucid, transplant, transport, transportation, trap, trash, travel, treasured, treat, treatment, treaty, treachery, deceit, treason, betrayal, disloyalty, perfidy, sedition, tree, tremendous, trend, trial, tribe, trick, trickle, trifling, trivial, sample, petty, tiny, silly, slight equals minuscule, unimportant, trigger, trip, journey, trite, tired, pedestrian, troop, tropical, trouble, trough, trench, truce, truck, true, truly, trunk, trust, trustworthiness, truth, try, tube, tunnel, turbulence, turbulent, turn, fee, 12, 20, twice, twin, twinkle, toe, type, typical, typically, ugly, ultimate, ultimately, unable, unaccustomed, unambivalent, unanimous, unanimously, totally, universally, unauthorized, authorize, unavoidable, inevitable, unbearable, unbiased, unbind, free, unburden, uncertain, uncertainty, ancient, uncle, uncoil, unconcealed, unconcerned, unconfirmed, unconflicted, unconscious, unconquerable, uncork, undeceive, undergo, understand, understanding, understate, minimize, devalue, belittle, play down, undistinguished, undisturbed, unfit, unfortunately, unfriendly, unhappiness, uniform, homogeneous, similar, unintelligent, unintelligible, incomprehensible, inarticulate, incoherent, inaudible, meaningless, union, unique, unit, unite, united, universal, universe, university, unkempt, unknown, unless, unlike, unlikely, unload, unlock, unmask, unmask, unnecessary, unperturbed, unravel, unearth, unseat, unskilled, unsympathetic, until, untrusting, unusual, unveil, unwary, unwavering, unwillingness, upgrade, uphold, uplift, upon, upper, uproar, uproarious, uproot, upset, up to date, urban, urgent, use, used, useful, useless, user, usual, usually, usurp, seize, take illegally, grab, utility, utilize, utter, vacation, vacillation, vacillate, wavering, hesitate, dilly, vague, vain, validate, valley, valor, valorous, valuable, value, vandalism, vapid, variable, variable, variation, variety, various, very, vast, gargantuan, vegetable, vehicle, venture, vengeance, revenge, retaliation, punishment, venerate, honor, respect, admire, esteem, idolize, adore. Verbose equals talkative. Garrulous equals loquacious, equals wordy, voluble, verbiage, verify, versify, version, versus, vary, veracious, honest, truthful, reliable, righteous, vessel, veteran, vex, via, vibrant, vicious, victim, victory, video, view, viewer, vigilant, vigor, vigorous, vilify, village, vim, vindicate, violate, violation, violence, violent, virtually, virtue, virtuous, honest, moral, virus, visible, vision, visit, visitor, visual, visualize, vital, vitalize, vitiate, vivid, animated, vivacious, lively, vibrant, cheerful, spirited, voice, voracity, greediness, avarice, dieting, volume, voluntary, volunteer, vomit, vote, voter, vouch, voyage, vulgar, impolite, vulgarize, contaminate, vulnerable, vulnerability, waffle, wage, wait, wake, walk, wall, wonder, wane, want, war, ward, warm, warn, warning, wary, wash, waste, watch, water, wave, waver, wavering, way, weak, weaken, weakness, frailness, frailty, weary, wealth, wealthy, affluent, prosperous, flourishing, thriving, weapon, wear, weary, tired, weather, wedding, week, weekend, weekly, weep, way, wait, welcome, welfare, well, west, western, wet, what, whatever, wheel, when, whenever, where, whereas, wet, weather, which, while, whisper, whistle, white, who, whole, wholesome, whom, whose, why, wicked, great, wide, widely, widespread, wife, wild, will, willing, wilt, win, wind, wind, winding, tortuous, window, wine, wing, winner, winter, wipe, wipe out, demolish, wire, wisdom, wise, worldly, earthly, mundane, wish, with, withdraw, wither, wilt, within, without, witness, withhold, hold back, woman, wonder, wonderful, woo, wood, wooden, word, wordy, prolix, prolixity, work, worker, working, workable, works, workshop, world, worried, worry, worse, worsen, make worse, worship, worth, worthless, wood, wound, wrap, wrath, rage, wrestle, wrinkle, right, writer, writing, wrong, yard, yeah, year, yearn, yell, yellow, yes, yesterday, yet, yield, you, young, your, yours, yourself, youth, youthful, zeal, zealous, zenith, apex, crest, zone,